DCIS, ductal carcinoma in situ. I often get asked the question, gee, Dr. Harness, is it serious? Is it real cancer? What do I do? What's up with DCIS? Ductal carcinoma in situ, and I've got several videos here at Breast Cancer Answers on this subject, is once again a galaxy of diseases from extremely low grade growing over many, many years, probably we're not even sure it has to be actually treated, and may have a very low threshold to going on to being invasive cancer. That's on one end of the spectrum. Then on the other end of the spectrum is high-grade DCIS with certain characteristics that make it extremely aggressive. So to answer the question about how serious is DCIS, the typical things we look at, as I've shared before, are the grade of the DCIS, the markers of the DCIS, estrogen receptor, progesterone receptor, and yes, you can measure HER2/neu as well. The size of the DCIS impacts treatment and other kinds of factors. Remember, when we get down to the choice between lumpectomy and mastectomy, lots of things go into making that ultimate choice. Again, I've done a video here at Breast Cancer Answers on this very subject. So potentially DCIS is not serious at all, and yet on the other hand, potentially it's extremely serious. One of the things about the treatment of DCIS with lumpectomy is if it comes back in the breast, a few years or several years later, it could possibly come back as an invasive cancer. So obviously we worry about that, and obviously a patient needs to be followed very closely. If a patient with DCIS, again, depending on the grade, is treated with a mastectomy, then we typically say the patient is cured of that DCIS. But there's a caveat with this. What is that caveat? What's the point? Remember, I've shared with you, there is no breast surgeon on the planet who can say to you, I've removed 1,000% of all breast tissue. So even with a mastectomy, even for DCIS, long-term follow-up is needed, particularly if the other breast is still there, because if you had a cancer on one side, then your lifetime risk of getting a cancer on the other side is probably in the neighborhood of 15 to 18%. So is DCIS serious? Yes, it can be. Remember, be in the hands of a multidisciplinary team. Hi, I'm Dr. Jay Harness, and I want to share with you important information that I believe that every newly diagnosed patient with breast cancer needs to know.
I'm a breast cancer survivor.
I am a breast cancer survivor.
I am a breast cancer survivor.
And I want every woman to know
about personalized breast cancer treatment
and the genomic test.
A test that helps guide a woman and her doctor
to the best treatment options for her.
Pass it on.